On the ominous evening of Monday, May 14th, 2018, the tranquility of Linthorpe was shattered by a harrowing 999 call placed at 8:20 p.m.
Police emergency.
Oh, hiya. I think we've been burgled and my wife's been attacked.
Where about? What's the address?
We're on number 35, the Avenue in Middlesbrough, Linthorpe.
Right, is that where your wife is now?
Yeah, well, I've just come home. I was just out. I went to get something to eat and see the lads at work and get my laptop.
Yeah.
I come home and the house is ransacked and she's just on the floor. She's got duct tape all over her and she's like unconscious.
Right.
Shall I take off her?
Can she breathe?
Well, no, because she...
Take the duct tape off her then.
Please, can you send someone? Please?
Yeah, I am. Can I take your name, please?
My name's Mikesh.
Okay.
I can't get it off her.
I'm going to get someone straight out, okay?
How long will they be?
I'm going to get them travelling on blue lights and we're going to get an ambulance straight out as well. Okay. You said is your wife breathing? Can you feel her pulse?
I can't feel anything. Her hands are really cold.
How long have you been out of the house?
About an hour.
What's your wife called, please?
Jessica.
Listen, we've got police travelling down now. Okay? We've got police travelling down now.
Yeah, I've got the duct tape off her. It was on her legs, like by her ankles, and on her arms, tied, like she's been tied up. But her hands are really cold.
Are there any marks on her at all?
Well, I can see marks on her neck, like a really dark neck.
She's been tied up by her hands,
Yeah.
and also tape around her legs,
Yeah.
and marks around her neck.
Yeah. She's got like blood on her nose and like stuff dripping out onto the floor.
And she's non-responsive.
No, Jess, come on, baby, wake up.
We've got Mitesh. Listen to me, please.
Baby, wake up.
We've got an ambulance coming. They're travelling on blue lights as well. Okay. And we've got.
Will you ring my dad, please?
There's nobody on scene, is there, Mitesh?
No, there's nobody here.
Nobody.
In the house.
Okay. What room are you? Okay, listen. The police are outside. Can you let the police officers in?
It's Jessica.
I'll leave her with you, okay, Mitesh? I'll leave you with the police officers. Okay.
The distressed caller was 37-year-old Mitesh Patel, returning home to find his beloved wife, Jessica, the victim of a brutal assault. Cleveland police and paramedics swiftly descended upon their home, responding to the frantic call for help. Inside their modest yet warmly decorated living room, Jessica lay unconscious on the floor, a scene that would reverberate through the close-knit community of Linthorpe for months to come. Jessica Patel, born in 1983 in the vibrant city of Leeds, was the cherished eldest child of a bustling family of 6. Her father fondly remembered her as a serene and contented child, never causing any trouble, and deeply attached to her siblings and parents. Her younger sister, Manal, just 18 months her junior, reminisced about Jessica's infectious joy and nurturing spirit. Growing up with Jessica was a joy, Manal recalled. She wasn't the loudest, but she had this incredible warmth and a romantic soul. She adored Bollywood films and dreamed of a love story all her own. From a young age, Jessica harbored a fervent desire to aid others, fueling her ambition to become a pharmacist. Her academic journey took her to De Montfort University in the early 2000s, where fate intertwined her path with Mitesh Patel. Though their initial romance waned soon after its inception in their childhood years, their connection reignited during their university days. Bonding over shared Hindu backgrounds and a mutual commitment to their studies, their relationship blossomed once more. During their courtship, Jessica faced the distressing challenge of her mother's illness, a period when Mitesh's unwavering support and thoughtful gestures became a pillar of strength. Their bond deepened, culminating in a joyous wedding in July 2009, followed by their move to the bustling streets of Linthorpe, Middlesbrough. Here, they purchased and managed a well-regarded pharmacy on Roman Road, quickly embedding themselves in the fabric of the community. They also acquired a charming house on the avenue, where they meticulously crafted their shared vision of a future together. Despite their private nature, the Patels were beloved figures in Linthorpe, admired for their kindness and professionalism. Yet, amidst their outward success, they faced a personal struggle. Jessica's maternal instincts, nurtured by her role as the eldest sibling, yearned for motherhood. However, fate dealt them a challenging hand with fertility issues. Undeterred, they embarked on a taxing journey of multiple rounds of IVF treatments, ultimately resulting in frozen embryos carefully stored at a Darlington clinic, a beacon of hope amid their trials. Monday, May 14th, 2018, began like any other for Jessica and Matish Patel. They went about their day, with Jessica's father stopping by the pharmacy where she worked. He vividly recalled her smile and their plans to meet again the following week. Matish started his day with an early shift before heading to the gym later in the afternoon. Little did they know, this routine day would end in tragedy. At 8:20 p.m., a chilling 999 call shattered the evening calm. Matish, returning home, discovered his wife Jessica brutally attacked in their living room. Emergency services rushed to the scene, but despite their efforts, Jessica, just 34 years old, had succumbed to her injuries. The peaceful community of Linthorpe was thrust into turmoil as news of the murder spread. Jessica Patel, originally from Leeds, was described by her sister Manal as a vibrant soul. "She was always my rock," Manal reminisced tearfully. "I got a call that something had happened, and our father was on his way. When morning came, my husband broke the devastating news that Jessica was gone. The family rallied together in grief, seeking solace amid the bewildering loss. Police swiftly cordoned off the crime scene to secure evidence, revealing a grim tableau of violence. Matish recounted the events of that evening. Jessica had been at work until 7 p.m., and he had briefly visited the pharmacy afterward to retrieve his laptop. Following a quick stop for pizza, he returned home around 8 p.m. to a scene of utter horror. Jessica lay bound with duct tape, lifeless on the floor. The house ransacked. Emergency responders and investigators worked tirelessly to unravel the mystery behind Jessica's tragic end. The absence of forced entry led investigators to believe Jessica knew her assailant, who likely gained entry with her consent. CCTV footage from the nearby pizza shop provided a crucial timeline, pinpointing Matish's movements and establishing a critical window for the crime. The investigation focused on Jessica's inner circle, probing for any clues that might lead to justice for her senseless death. An autopsy conducted after Jessica Patel's tragic death revealed that she had died from asphyxiation due to pressure applied to her neck, with evidence suggesting the use of a ligature. The community of Linthorpe was still reeling from the shock when, on Thursday, while Jessica's grieving family was gathered with Matish, they received an unexpected call from family liaison officers. They were asked to return home urgently, as Matish was being arrested on suspicion of Jessica's murder. The news sent shockwaves through the local community and Jessica's family, who had known Matish as a devoted husband and respected member of society. A manhunt ensued, culminating in the arrest of a 37-year-old man in West Yorkshire. Matish Patel, once seen as a pillar of the community, now faced serious allegations. During a thorough search of their home, police discovered a hidden hard drive in the bedroom containing footage from the house's CCTV system, a crucial piece of evidence Matish had neglected to mention. The footage depicted Matish arriving home from the gym at 3:30 p.m. and not leaving the house until Jessica returned at 7 p.m. He left again at 7:44 p.m., returning just before placing the fateful emergency call at 8:20 p.m. Strikingly, the footage showed no one else entering or leaving the house during the critical period. Moreover, 6 minutes before Matish's emergency call, the CCTV system had been deliberately disconnected. Police also found a suitcase filled with clothes hidden under the bed. Further searches at the pharmacy Matish managed revealed hidden valuables, including jewelry, gold bars, and a significant amount of cash. Investigators delved into Matish's phone records and health app data, revealing disturbing details. Analysis of the health app data indicated Matish's frantic movements throughout the house in the minutes following Jessica's murder, contrasting sharply with Jessica's stationary phone. Later, Jessica's phone recorded movement, 14 steps suggesting it had been relocated outside, possibly by Matish to simulate a burglary gone wrong. Additionally, Matish's erratic behavior, including climbing stairs before his call to emergency services, hinted at attempts to conceal evidence, such as hiding the CCTV hard drive. Matish Patel was subsequently charged with Jessica's murder and maintained his innocence throughout the trial. However, a web of deceit and a hidden life unraveled in court. Matish confessed to using gay dating apps, a revelation considered taboo in his cultural community, out of fear of exposure. It emerged that Jessica was aware of his extramarital affairs with men, including a long-term relationship with a doctor named Amit Patel, which was an open secret among pharmacy staff. Prosecutors argued that Matish meticulously planned Jessica's murder, supported by evidence revealing internet searches on how to stage a crime scene and execute the perfect murder dating back years before the incident. The trial revealed horrifying details of Jessica's final moments. She had been injected with insulin, rendering her defenseless, before being suffocated with a plastic bag. Signs of struggle on the bag indicated a desperate fight for survival. Despite Matish's changing accounts and attempts to discredit evidence, including initially denying seeing Jessica after lunch and later admitting to being with her for 42 minutes after she returned home, damning digital evidence painted a damning picture. Computer forensics uncovered searches related to hiring hitmen, plotting murder scenarios, and insulin overdoses. Suspiciously, Matish had taken out multiple life insurance policies worth millions around the same time as these searches, intending to collect the money, flee with the frozen embryos they had stored, and start a new life in Australia with Amit Patel, raising their child together. Throughout the trial, witnesses testified to Jessica confiding in them about Matish's controlling and abusive behavior, which included verbal abuse, pressure to conceive, and isolation from her family. A review into the case highlighted missed opportunities to recognize the signs of domestic abuse Jessica endured. Ultimately, despite his claims of love and innocence, the jury found Matish Patel guilty of Jessica's murder. He was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 30 years. Jessica's family expressed profound sorrow and hope that her story would raise awareness about domestic violence.
Tragic day of the 14th of May, we have tied our brains into knots, agonizing over what may have happened, going through every scenario, trying to put together a puzzle for which we had none of the pieces. What we have learned over the last few weeks has been truly shocking and beyond even our worst nightmares. It is still incomprehensible that this has happened and that she has gone. A life sentence will never be enough. We will never get Jessica back, and her dreams and wishes will remain unfulfilled. However, we as a family take some solace in that an element of justice has been served and that the right person has been convicted and will remain behind bars for decades to come. We would like to thank everyone associated with this case who have worked tirelessly in aiding our fight to get justice for Jessica. The senior investigating officer, family liaison officers, and the team at Cleveland Police. The CPS, the leading counsel, Mr. Campbell QC, and junior counsel, Mr. Perks. A huge amount of work has been undertaken to ensure the right outcome, and we cannot find the words to express how immensely grateful we are for all their efforts. We would also like to thank all our family and friends who have supported us through this extremely difficult time. It is clear just how loved Jessica was by everyone that knew her. Jessica will never be forgotten, and we hope and pray that she is at peace now. We will always be a part of her, as she will always be a part of us.
Homicide review stated her death was an honor killing. Divorce on the grounds that Matish was gay could never have been a reason for him to end his marriage. Consequently, the only way Matish may have felt able to leave the marriage with honor was by killing Jessica. Honor did nothing that was or might be perceived as dishonorable. However, her death at the hands of Matish should be considered an honor killing, because Matish killed her to try and protect his own honor. A minimum of 7 recommendations were made following the review, including how reporting worries as a colleague might be improved, how people could spot the signs of abuse, and how professionals could better spot these signs too. After the domestic homicide review was published, Jessica's family issued a statement. "We hope this review will help other victims, those closest to them, and the wider public to recognize the various forms and signs of abuse and will remove any barriers, be it cultural or otherwise, to seeking help and getting support." As a family, this review was an extremely painful process. But we recognize the importance of highlighting Jessica's story to try and provide a voice for her and others that may be suffering in silence so that this act of evil is not repeated. We encourage everyone to open their eyes, to ask questions, and never assume everything is okay. The murder of Jessica Patel was shocking and brutal. She died in an appalling way at the hands of the man she had dedicated her life to. She was a kind and giving person who cared deeply for other people. Her family said, "Jessica was a rarity. She was beautiful on the outside and even more so on the inside. She had a truly selfless soul and afforded everyone she met with a kindness and generosity that was second to none. Jessica, rest peacefully and know that we miss you and will love you always and forever."